Conversations. I am Dr. Lashaunda Lucas.
What's up, y'all? I'm Dion Gladdaddion.
And hello, I am Sonya Wood. Up to some good.
We were just talking about these relationships. Relationships are dope.
Definitely. Listen, my mouth was on like my name right there. But yes,
what you think about your boo thing since we said relationship?
I was thinking about my boo thing that I do not have. One day I will though.
Oh, okay.
Go right along with that topic. So today is all about relationships, and we're in this space where I've heard people saying, "Oh, I'm in my soft girl era." But we have a gentleman here, so I'm just interested in knowing what does it mean to be in the soft girl era for us women, but how about for men as well?
What does the soft men
era mean? Yes.
Mean?
Is that a thing?
Is that a thing?
I don't think so. I don't know. I think so. Here's what I think. I think that social media gives us these ideas and these concepts that don't really have a definition behind them, or the definitions are subjective to what you think. Like a high value man, which Kevin Samuels coined that phrase, and I think that a soft man era, if that is applicable to that man, is whatever it means to him.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not necessarily something I can relate to because I'm in a feed these kids era.
That's right.
Whatever I got to do to take care of these kids is what I got to do.
I agree. And I ask because, social media, you mentioned before, talk a lot about the soft woman era and whatnot, but a lot of men have been saying, you know what, I'm going to take time out and do things for me as well. I want to live a soft lifestyle. I want to not be burdened down with all these type of dramas, or I want to live in my own space by myself. I don't want to have anybody live with me right now. I want to be able to go and get my pedicures or just go to therapy. Let's be in a space just contingency of just being happy. And some women look at me looking like, why would you want to do all that? What about us? And I feel like, I think it's unfair to say that because men need time to, have, get that stuff together too.
So maybe the word soft is what throws men off. Is that so? What would men call it? So for women, we want to be in our soft girl season. We want to be able to be
pampered
and relaxed. Like it's black women, we've had to be masculine.
Sure.
So that means we had to be tough. We had to be independent, take care of our own self. Coming from, I carry a masculine energy sometimes. Like, I think I'm very feminine, but I think that I can carry a masculine energy. And so, meaning, like, I'm strong.
Right.
Strong personality, strong voice. That comes from trauma. Right. Being bullied when you're younger, having an experience of rape or whatever. You learn to, like, I got to use my voice to protect myself.
I agree.
And so, I got really good at using my voice, even when it was colorful language. I got really good at doing that. So, but I want to be in a season where I don't feel like I have to do that. Like, I don't feel like I gotta be tough. I don't feel like I gotta be defensive. So I think for women, that's what soft girl season is. Like, I just want to relax. I want to follow. I want to be led. I want to follow. I want to just be able to be in my feminine. I want to be a helpmate. I want to be supportive and encouraging, but not having to lead and make all the decisions and make it happen, So for women, it's that.
I agree.
Do you agree with that?
I do. And just coming on the side of me being like, I have no children, so I do live alone. It's just me. So I do what I want to do. Like, I don't have a lot of the stressors or how to say it, like, I just go home and go to bed, or I go home and take a nap. I
so envy.
Go shopping.
I get so into your life.
I can get up and listen to the birds outside.
Hello, everybody. Sonya now. I want to be free. I'm not doing this. Are you Sonya too? Can we support Sonya?
So I'm always, because, but I feel like it can be a positive, but one of my cousins, my male cousins told me, he said, if I was a man, I would not date you.
Oh.
I said, that is her. He said, because what do you need me for?
Oh.
He said, because you take care of yourself, you're not dependent upon anybody. So I will be coming in as an additive to do what? I said, first of all, you're my cousin. Let's remove that.
Let's not use that.
That's what's not in this space. He said, but think about it. He said, you don't have to ask him to anybody. He said, so how would you feel meeting someone and you have to compromise yourself in a space where you're not comfortable doing that? And I said, oh, I got to think about that for a second. He said, how does it feel when you want to go do something but the person you're dating don't want to do it? Do you still go? I said, I probably would. He said, it might be a problem. I said, but they better come along. Right. He was like, well, okay, cool. Or he said, how about in the morning time when you have a routine of getting up, this is your words of affirmations or your music, and they want to just sleeping and you have to compromise your schedule for them. I said, well, I haven't gotten there yet. So I'm learning how to say, I said, am I really in a soft girl season or I'm in a forced independent season? So I'm not sure I'm not sure where I am right now on this line of soft girl era.
And I feel like, I think it could be a combination of all of it, but definitely independent.
Right.
And I think some people would call it masculine.
I think so too. I agree with that.
I struggle with that. Yeah. What would you call it, Dion? From a man's perspective, what would you call that? And do you agree with cousin?
Nah. Like I don't, man. I don't. Again, I think that social media has put us into this place where like we put labels and we put people in boxes that they don't need to be in. Like if there was no Instagram, if there was no any of that, right? And you know, the passport boys and all of those things that, you know, we now see on social media, you would just be a woman who was living your life. And if you met somebody that complimented that, you would go out on dates and y'all would either talk or text. And you know what I'm saying? And there would be a balance, just like any couple, there has to be compromise.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, so if he is the type that don't put the toilet seat down, then eventually
jack him up.
No, relax.
I'm back in my masculine. Let me calm down.
Slow down. Y'all would have a conversation about that, right? If you were the person who, you know, you're so into your independence that you exclude him from doing things, then if that he felt a certain way, then he would have a conversation with you about that. I think the basis of it all is communication.
I agree.
Right? Like we need to communicate with each other, and we need to like listen to understand and not just to respond.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these relationship issues that we see about men versus women, or I'm doing this, or I'm living my life this way, is because we see that social media has made it so convenient for us to form opinions about people, or just, you know, you can now, and again, there's nothing wrong with meeting people on dating apps or anything, because you can meet your soulmate on a dating app, just like you can meet your soulmate walking into a grocery store, right? But just having that convenience makes it a little bit easier. I think with that comes complacency.
Yeah.
And with complacency comes the ability to create these excuses to say, well, you ain't gonna find a man because you do. No, if you find somebody that like you and that you like, and y'all like the vibe is there, it's gonna be there, regardless of if you like do morning affirmations or not.
Right.
Like it has nothing to do with it.
Like go to sleep, bro. Or join in.
Yeah.
Right. Like I don't. You know, I just think that we just create these differences, man, that don't really amount to a hill of beans.
I really agree with you.
I do.
And I think one of the reasons that relationships are dope is they force you to grow.
For sure.
I agree.
And to communicate, because we already talked about different things, like how as black people, we people please. We really do. And we don't know how to set boundaries. But what I hear you saying is like, it forces you to communicate now. Like if you're going to change your life and your schedule, it forces us now to have a conversation about that.
Definitely.
And this is what I like. How do you feel about that? Or how do we work with what you like and what I like at the same time? What you prefer and what I prefer at the same time? and they could be very different. Like my husband and I could not be more different, but we've been together 18 years. It ain't always been great, but what I'm saying is, it forces you to grow and figure it out together. So, but what do men want? If women want to be soft, what do men want to be?
I don't think you can generalize that. I think, you know, the Steve Harvey mentality of what was the Steve Harvey joint? Speak like a man.
Think like a man.
Think like a woman. Something like that.
Like none of us speak the same language, right? Like your husband and I might speak the same language because we want to be listened to, right? And
What?
I'm sorry, that's just a little joke.
That's an inside family joke. So Dion, what happens in this house stays in this house. Remember that?
Right. But you know what makes me happy, or what pleases me, or what causes me to be happy in a situation is not going to be the same as what causes the next man. Right. So like when people ask these, they be like, well, what do men want? Like what do men? I don't know what these niggas want.
That's true.
I know what I want.
That's it. That's true.
For them.
That's true.
I agree.
Speak for me.
We always try to find that one person to speak for everybody, and that's not fair.
I'm still at 44 figuring out what I like.
I agree. I know I am too.
Right.
I'm at 40 game.
You know what I mean? Right.
Hey.
You know.
From dots. One, two.
Point one.
You know, and I agree with that because a lot of men have identity. They want to be able to identify with what everybody else is doing. Like I got 3 friends they're friends with each other, and they try to compete with each other about, my girlfriend and I bought her pocket for Christmas, or my other girl I took on a trip. I said, why y'all doing that? Just be who you are as with each other, you know. But it's difficult at times, I think.
For sure.
I know. Even how about like friendships?
Good
Because
point.
we think that friendships are. Back it up. Friendships are people that we meet, I think, and we identified them to be our friends before, because we have coming out to each other. But I think as we get older, those friendships do change.
For sure.
And it's okay to have those changes. But I think we have difficulty at times understanding that your friend you had at 25 and you at 45, it have changed so much in those 20 years.
So different.
And but I know personally, it's hurtful to me.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like we've been together 20 years, we locked in.
So the one thing as I've gotten older, starting to realize is like the impact of friendship breakups.
Yes.
Like long term. I ain't talking about somebody that you just work with
20
6
years.
years. I'm talking about the long term joints, and then like say 20 years, and it's like, dang, like what happened?
So does it always does it always impact you if it was a natural, separation? Or I understand like if things happen, right? Like something, something, they wrong you somehow. But when it's a natural separation, do you guys still like struggle with that? Or?
I do. Honestly, I do. I struggle because I feel like I only have a few people I can say they are my genuine, intimate friends. They know about me, things that I probably would never share to anybody, outside of my family members as well. And when you become older, you have your own life to live, and you start to move apart, the piece of you that once has got to confide in, the most embarrassing things, like where are they at? They're not there no more. So even if it is natural, it still causes for me some discomfort. And that comes from my childhood of me having, I think, my mom not being present as a kid in my life. I feel like I have that social anxiety or abandonment issues, I want to say. So I'm learning that it's my own abandonment issues I deal with that comes with the friendship part of it too. So
I don't know. I haven't gotten to the root, but I feel the same way of what it is for me. But I know I really value relationships.
Yeah.
And I, growing up as an only child, I am someone I didn't have a lot of friends. Like the friends that I have now are friends. I was talking to my daughter, and I was like, we were talking about the whole college experience, and I was telling her how, since I didn't finish college and, was working full time and trying to do college and all that stuff, I didn't have the opportunity to make friends in college. So all of my true friends are people that I've known since high school. Like, if you look at the people who were at my wedding, like, I didn't have enough groomsmen in my wedding to match the bridesmaids. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm okay with that.
Right. Like it was odd. Like I think I had 3 and I think she had 4 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But there have been friends that I have gained in my adult years that I've lost.
Yeah.
And like still don't have any sort of resolution for it. Like
Yeah.
I ain't do nothing, you ain't do nothing.
Right.
And it just kind of fades away.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, and it what gets me is like, this is the one. Like when you got a funny meme and you were like, such and such will be weak at this, and you get ready to, and you're like, damn, like I don't even talk to them no more. Like I can't even share this meme, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, I'll just go back into my little.
Me on back to my oh wow.
Right.
Oh man, that made me feel so sad hearing that.
Yeah.
Because I know how it feels to have those type of challenges. I'm going through that actually now with my friend. If she sees it, she probably know who exactly she's talking about. Where we've been friends for so long, but we gotten older, and I told her, I said, when you date people, you don't know how to be a friend to me as well. And then once the dating, the person's gone, then you want to reconnect our friendship. As a friend, like going out to a restaurant or talking about, what's up, girl, you know, this whatever. Small thing, nothing major. And it's hurtful because you looking like, oh, did something happen? Like, are we beefing? Like, are we beefing?
Yeah.
But I just let it go. I don't let it get to me to where it over, you know, take over. But I be like, Dad, okay, cool. She had a thing going on. I have my own thing going on. Like, first you know, so, but it can't be hurtful.
I had to talk to my therapist about it. I had to, like, look, like, I need to know what's up. Like, what?
How do I do that? So, cause I think I'm the oddball on this line. I welcome exits. Exits. Because so I talk about raising your price. And so, because I talk about self-worth, value, all that stuff. So I talk about raising your price. And what I mean by that is raising what it costs to access you in this season.
I like that.
And so as I grow, as I develop, as I get better, as I invest more into my own mental health, my own peace, then it's going to require a different type of person to be in my space. And it's not about like where you work or nothing like that, but it's, do you come, you got to pay me a little bit more of certain things. You got to pay me a little bit more respect. You got to pay me a little bit more attention. You're going to have to come with a certain level of integrity. Like I got a family. And you can relate, y'all can relate. Like I have kids and I have a husband. So when you come over here and you in my space, you got to act like a person that is mindful that I have kids and a husband.
Right.
You have to understand, I value relationships, and I'm probably like this because my heart can get broken really easily. Like I love people. And so I welcome you to exit if you understand that like this not gonna work. Right?
I like that.
And I welcome like I love reciprocity. So this year was really funny as I'm a person of faith, and I have prayed like, God, because I noticed a couple things and I'm like, God, you know what? Whatever can be shaken, let it be shaken. Whatever remains is what I know is firm. And literally like things start happening. Things that I could not even imagine were gonna happen, like different things. And I welcome it though. It does hurt, but I'm like, I get it. I got it.
So what happens, or let me say this, have you all ever had the experience where the person or the friend, right, that you were in relationship with, they turn into a different type of person?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that happens more so, correct me if I'm wrong, if y'all don't agree, with women than with men.
I agree with you.
I agree as well. I definitely agree. But what about when you have a best friend who's of the opposite sex, who is specifically a platonic friend, and that also happens as well? So is it me or is it him that's happening to both of us together?
It would depend on the situation or what happened, right? Even the same with men and women, but I think what I was agreeing with Dion is that it's more likely to happen with women because we share so intimately with each other. A lot of men relationships, and this is just my perspective, are more superficial. Sometimes they don't go as deep as what we go. So we get hurt, more easily because we're sharing all of these things, and that creates this level of trust and expectation in the relationship of how we're going to treat each other. So now when you change up, I get real sensitive about that, and so that's what I'm thinking. But there's some deep relationships with men. I just think women are more intimate in friendships.
But what causes people to change up? Like maybe that's like what? Because I feel like I'm the same old me. Like I feel like, you know what I mean? Like no, granted I've matured and I have grown and done all of the things and done the internal work and all of the things. But at my core,
you're the same deal.
I'm the same me. Like so I like when people say, oh, she again a lot 9.5 times out of 10 is with women. It's she switched up, she changed up. Like I don't know what causes a person to change up.
I know I'm gonna speak for myself. From my personal experience, I think if you all are not growing in the same space, where if I'm growing in a professional realm and you're still doing the things I did like 4 months ago, 5 months ago, I'm past that. Now it's kind of like, oh, are you better than me now?
Come wait a
Because you just started your little degree.
Pause. Zoom in on this woman. Zoom in on this woman right here.
Right, that's a little promotion.
Take out. Zoom in. All right, say it again. I love that.
Yeah, I do think that it could be a space where if you have started to grow in a professional realm and the person who you was friends with is not in that space anymore, now it's kind of like, oh, you better than me? You think you better than me now? Microaggression. Your little jog. That's your little raise. That's your promotion at work. Oh, I see you lost a few pounds.
Come on.
You look like, can I get healthy?
Right.
Can I get healthy? Can I drink my water out my business?
Can I get my H1C3?
Right.
My little blood pressure.
Right. And at that space, and I think that I could be wrong, it's an insecurity they're feeling within themselves to put a bridge between you two to where you're looking like, well, Dad, what's going on? It has nothing to even do with me. It's about what's going on with that person. And you're looking like, well, I thought we was still cool.
Yeah.
But it's never a conversation surrounded because how I look telling you, you know what? I'm mad at you for going back to school to get your degree. Yeah. I'm mad at you for getting a new job. I'm really pissed at you for getting losing 25 pounds. I'm really mad at you about that. So instead of them saying that to you, you know what, I'm going to distance myself from you. I want to watch you from the shadows and say, hey, whatever. Yeah. But that's how I see it. And it's so unfair because you're looking like, well, I want us all to be here. Yeah. But I've learned too, everyone is not going to be able to evolve at the same space.
That is why
and that's okay. But it's still hurtful to know that we have the same opportunity, but if that's not your goal, I still love you the same. Yeah. I love you 5 months ago, 5 years ago. But I do think that's some of the things that happen with friendships. Yeah. I could be wrong, but that's what I think.
I've heard that story. Like I've heard similar stories about people who have been friends, they've hung out, they've done all the things, and then all of a sudden one person just kind of like fades to the background and like stops answering calls, or stops returning calls, or stops returning texts. You see the person and like they don't even say anything. Like you speak and they just, like they saw a ghost. And I've always wondered. Like that's just something that I've never been able to relate to. Right. Like because I'm like it's different. If we fall out, then we fall out. Like
we both know what happened.
We fight cool. Like if we're gonna fight when we see each other, we're gonna fight when we see each other. Right. It's on sight. Like that's what it is. But like just to switch up or to like change, and I think that affects at this big age of all of us, affects us because I'm not making no new friends.
Exactly.
And I'm not even saying that's a good thing, right?
It's just what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah. Like, first of all, my wife is not gonna let me make no new friends.
Because why? You doing too much.
I will say this correct. So let me say this. Around the neighborhood, right? I am the greeter, the speaker. I'm gonna have a conversation with you. I was walking. This brother stopped me 2 days ago, I was walking on the trail. This brother stopped me. Now, mind you, I'm in my mind, I'm tunnel vision because I know I'm not supposed to be making no new friends. So I'm tunnel vision, right? Bruh stops me mid-walk and holds a conversation and ended up being a good conversation, a good brother, it seems like.
Yeah.
But at my big age, I'm not seeking out no new friends, right? Because all of this is like starting to date over. Like me and my wife had this conversation about relationships. Like, if one of us dies, we talk about this, do you see yourself getting married? No! Why would I want to do this all over again? At this point, bro, I'm 20 plus years in. You don't think I want to do this again?
Right.
Nah,
No.
I'm cool.
Seriously.
And she feels the same way.
Seriously.
Like, I'm cool.
I'm too comfortable to be trying to be cute and not fart or nothing like that. Like, I don't have time for that.
Put your guard down.
Yeah, give my little life insurance money.
That's
Let me
it.
take it
I
out.
done told y'all, be rich.
I'm
That's
cool.
it.
I'll have a little fun time.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm not. Nah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Being the person that's never been married before, that does almost again have children. My sister and I had a conversation, and I say at 40 plus years old, I know I'm not going to have the love people have had when they dated a person started their teenage years.
Mm-hmm.
I know that because think about it. You 15 years old, they smattered this, y'all been together for like 20 years, y'all have the first experience of a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So you get about 40, you already know what heartbreak feel like.
Right.
You already know how to feel, get your heart broken. You know like, I've seen this already. Next, turn the page. Like, now turn the page. Because it becomes like a revolving door.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm okay with knowing that. But of course you yearn for that. I know I do as a space, but I get older. But still, I don't consume my thoughts behind it.
Yeah.
People think, oh, you single? Are you sad?
Oh.
No. People think that. Oh, you don't have any children? Oh, you don't have no dog? No dog. You got no cat, nothing? I said, no.
Honey, that sounds like the life to somebody who got a husband and kids.
Honey.
Sometimes to just have your own space is, please, thank you.
But I get asked a lot of times, are you crazy?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you
I said,
that you don't have a relationship?
I said that if something was really wrong with me, you probably had me on the verge of wanting to go ahead and not be here no more.
Right. We don't know what to say. We don't know how to talk to people.
We don't. And I said, no, it's a space of me just knowing what I want in life. But being a part of a person that I know as I get older is going to be a little more difficult, I'm okay with that. But relationships to me is very important though. Even my friendships are important too, but I don't know. It's just a conversation that's going to always be revolving, I think.
They stretch you.
What about, this might be a bit of a stretch. What about like your work relationships? Because let me tell you something. It ain't no hurt. Like being at a job and your ride or die decides that they gonna get promoted and y'all ain't in the same department no more. Y'all don't sit beside each other no more. It ain't no hurt in the world that is greater than that one right there.
It is. I think we've been talking about psychological safety at work.
We have.
Yes, and it's like talking about having a work best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, the work best friend is somebody who, and this is me, because I do like these personality assessments. I love them. And mine is, for True Colors, is blue-green.
Okay.
So blue is the relationship-driven person. Like I value relationships and camaraderie and all that kind of stuff. But the green is I value getting shit done. Right?
I'm a green.
Are you green? Are you green blue?
No. I'm green.
Oh, you're green?
Green. I might be a little bit bluer now that I'm older, but when I initially took True Colors, I'm solid green.
You're green. Yeah, you like a 20? You're always
green. The greenest of
the greenest of green. You're 20. Yeah.
I need to do mine then.
You got to do it. So I'm gonna give you one before you leave today.
Please.
Give you I love relationships, but then I also love getting shit done. And so depending on where I am in the day, how much stress I have, I'm gonna be one or the other, right? More than the other. So for me, working relationships are those people who you can have a good time with, you can cut up, but they understand your need to get shit done, right? Like, you're not going to embarrass me out here. You're going to get your work done. We're going to show up. We're going to do great work. And we understand, like, okay, we right here cutting up. But as soon as we clock in, it's like, hi, how are you? Let's get it done. You know what I mean? Like, we know how to switch, and we're not looking at each other, like, crazy, like, oh, you phony, you fake.
Yeah.
No, it's just we're at work. And then when we gonna cut up, we gonna be at the meeting like looking at each other like, you see her? You
Right.
that, right? We gonna do all of that. But then when they say, okay, LaShawn, Dr. Lucas, can you present this? And I stand up and I present and I get in my bag, then you not looking at me like, oh, you know what I mean? Like you understand, you know.
Right.
So we need that work relationship. Do I have that person? I used to. They got promoted.
Trying to better themselves. Look at them.
And she was my supervisor.
Oh.
So she's still there, but she's not there.
You spend more time at work than you do at home. Like when with your family. You know what I'm saying? So to be in that space, it becomes like a comfort zone. So let me ask this, since we're talking about relationships. What about work husbands and work wives?
Oh no! What?
let me.
Who you? Did I tell you I used to fight? Did I tell you I used to fight, Dion?
I just want to know. Let
me get it out my mouth.
Is it acceptable to have a work husband or a work wife?
It is not.
No, not a work babe.
No.
Not you come and you sit at your desk. He bringing you Hardee's chicken biscuits and post it up when you're not just saying this, Anthony. You're not gonna keep it real.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 500 because he need to hear me say this. No, we talked about this last night. Literally, we were eating dinner and we talked about this last night. Women always have an intention. When a woman talks to you, she has an intention. She knows what she wants. She just want to know how much she gonna get. Right? So if a woman goes and talks to a man about something, she's testing to see how much he's willing to give. So if she comes and calls you work husband and you allow that, oh, she got you. And she know that. So she gonna push the envelope. Same with men though. If he can call you his work wife, now
or work babe.
Work babe, any of that, right?
Ooh,
that's a flirt. That's a flirt. And now he know he got you and you smiling. See, you trying to get beat up. That's what you
I did it on the work phone. Like,
no, it's too much. But all right, so I want to ask you that question. I want to ask you because we're married. Is it okay in your relationship?
To have a work babe?
Work wife, work husband, work babe?
No.
Okay.
No. Not at all.
Yeah.
But
your wife beating somebody up, ain't she?
Oh, absolutely.
See what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm a helper.
Yeah, she ain't playing no games.
I'm with you, friend. We got each other back. We're gonna dress in all black. They'll never know it was us.
So can you have a work babe if you're not married?
That's what. Yeah.
2 questions. You asked a question before about work relationships and how best friends.
I'm jumping all over the place.
No, you good. I have to answer that too. So I have a good friend at work. We from the same hometown though, but it's my homeboy. So when I'm at work, where you at? You ain't here. We want to eat. You ready to go eat with us? All right, now got 10 minutes. Get ready. Or I'm in whatever happened. He always sit where I'm at. However, he cook food, pork chops on my desk, lamb chops on my desk,
What?
Yeah, he do because he's a cook.
Okay.
But
this is teeter-tottering on work babe territory.
No, but he's not my work babe.
This is sounding a little baby. Hey, baby. Sound a little hey, baby.
It was lamb chops and asparagus.
Oh, okay. You shutting it up.
I know who you talking about.
Right. Who is my homeboy?
I know who you talking about.
Right. He from my hometown. And he definitely my homeboy.
Tech guy. You know who we talking about. You just met him.
But he's definitely my homeboy.
Okay.
Like, even outside of work, he's my homeboy.
I think he's like that type of person that's like friendly with everybody. Yeah.
Everybody. But it's good to have friends like that. But he know I get to work like this. It's 1 o'clock. How about y'all? All right, man. He ride work mode. Yeah. Because they don't allow me to be in a space where I'm gonna get to it. Like I let him have fun.
Yeah.
But when it's time to work, I'm gonna work.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. But as far as the work babe, I was about this matter. I don't like the word work babe because I think it becomes very flirtatious.
Yes.
And it opens the doors for people to engage in other conversations outside of work stuff.
Right.
Most doctors and the nurses are dating. My homeboy worked for the federal prison. He had a girlfriend and a wife at home.
God.
How uncomfortable is that? Cause he was there all the time. He worked about 50, 60 hours a week.
Wow.
He's at home less than that.
Wow.
I said, that's not okay. He said, but look, I'm at work all the time. But I don't think it's okay to have a work day and work. I think it's teeter-totter on some dangerous territory.
It is, and it actually some HR issues.
Definitely.
Really, to be honest, but if you are not dating, not married, could you have a work day?
If they're single,
if they the same, not married, not dating.
Might be a
Might
little
then you gotta cut it off when you do start dating.
No,
and how does
what's
that?
it called? No, what's it?
Fraternization.
Fraternization.
The fraternization, yeah.
I was like,
That's a policy. We get.
Yeah.
I gotta read that policy.
I'm reporting that.
What job is dead? What cage is dead?
that little pork chop sandwich back.
See, send it back
Lamb chops.
in the hot sauce.
But it's funny because it happens so often. People really go to work and get their mates at the workplace.
Yeah. Or friends with benefits.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But I do think the common relationships, when people work with you do get promotions or whatnot, and y'all different levels, when they become in a position higher than you and you stay where you are, that can also cause a lateral disconnect in your friendship as well. I've seen that happen a lot.
Yeah.
And that's why the person who I'm talking about, like, she's still in my area,
Right.
but she's just like 3 levels up from me, 3 or 4 from me now. Well, she was my direct supervisor, but we still communicate, and she's like one of them people who obviously have your back. You know what I mean? So we still have it, but she's just not with me anymore, right? And she, and she's so But I think
The connection.
yeah. So let's do this. Let's go around and say relationships are dope because.
Okay.
So if anybody got anything, y'all can start. I might need to think. I know I got an idea, man.
I think relationships are dope because, I'll change it. Relationships are dope when you can be your true and authentic self.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say relationships are dope because it allows the opportunity for connectedness and unity.
Mm-hmm. And I'll just say relationships are dope because they cause you to grow and mature and become the best version of yourself, because they teach you boundaries, communication, and unconditional love. I think they can teach you that.
Yeah. Black love.
Black love. Oh, real quick, because I feel like we've been talking about this, but I wanted to ask that question. I forgot to ask it. What is black love?
I think black love is when, of course, when you have two people, they're black, right? And they are connected in a space where it's harmonious, it's supportive, it's engaging, it's loving. It is just the all around, just like a nurturing space you're in together. Unapologetically who you are in that space, I think is what, by talking about in some words and start looking at black love.
I love wrapping it up and all of that, right? Because you didn't stop at just two people who are black.
Yeah.
It was all the other stuff.
One of the things.
I agree with everything Sonya said. I think that.
I agree.
I think everything is everything that you said. Like, for me, now I think playing devil's advocate, there could be some polygamous people who believe in black love.
That's true too.
I don't judge. Whatever floats your boat.
But everybody got to be black in here, though, right?
Everybody got to be black. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think black love is, taking care of each other and being there for each other and, protecting and looking out for each other's best interest and
I like that.
just all of the things.
Understanding your black walk in this world.
Yes.
So I have a question. Honest answers. So if, for me, a black woman, interracial husband, black and white, do we have black love?
I think
Or do we have another word, love?
You got blood love. I'm joking.
I think that my space is that it's still considered to be black love. Despite everything else, it's still black love. Yeah, I wouldn't think it'd be anything outside of that.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think?
I think so. My husband is biracial. His dad is white, his mom is black, but my husband is a black man to me. Now don't look at his skin color. You look at his haircut. Okay, that's what you look at. But no, I consider like we operate like a black family.
Right.
That's what we are, and I think we acknowledge his whole family. We acknowledge his whole family. We love his whole family. But I think that I don't know. I don't think we identify with anything other than that.
Right.
If that makes sense. Does that make sense? And sometimes we try to quantify like the blackness, because sometimes if you have some black, you black, and you better own the blackness. But then we don't allow it to be in the black love.
Gotcha.
Right? Because like, do you want us to own it or not? Do you want him to own it or not? So I don't know. I've never really put a label on it like that. But when we talk about black love, I thought about it. I'm like, so is that what we have? I don't know.
I think it's still considered to be black love.
Yeah.
I never heard anything outside of that in that space. Like,
Yeah.
That's a good question, but I never heard of anything, like you said earlier, about we want to put things in boxes.
Yeah.
Because the box says checkbox person doesn't mean that always, because there's a lot of different type of dimensions to what black love could possibly mean.
Yeah.
So.
And I think, and honestly, for us, like we don't care about the label.
Right.
We really don't.
For sure.
Because whether it's black love or blah love, right?
Blah
it's
love.
real love.
It's real.
It's unconditional love. It's agape love.
Okay.
So we don't. Yeah. So we don't care about that. I was just wondering what y'all thought.
Yeah.
We don't feel any less black or whatever if people don't think we need to be in there. But I just wanted to know because I never asked that question before.
Mm-hmm.
I think y'all fit perfectly.
Definitely. Agape love. I love that.
Yeah.
When I first heard that term, I did not understand what it meant.
Yeah.
So when you mentioned that, I was like, wow, there's something that people say that a lot. Agape love. I like that.
Yeah. Hey, so we needed to talk about it today.
I think it's dope because we're gonna always have some form of relationship with somebody in some shape, form, or fashion.
Yeah.
But it's identifying toxicity of it. If it's not, you see your exits. I like your exiting. I like that. I think for me, I think I'm going to utilize that in my space because I feel like I have to always have a string to hold along with somebody. At least by the string. Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to just clip it and let it be what it's gonna be.
Let it go.
Especially if it's caused me to have some discomfort in my own emotional space. I'm like, you know what? You mentioned before about the value of yourself. Like, wait a minute now, are you devaluing? Click next. No, nah. But you know, I had no friends.
You be like me. Don't be like.
I think so. Let me double back a little bit.
Okay.
And I want to know if you feel the same way, because I think I struggle with it, the cutting and the letting go of the relationships, because I feel like my intentions are always pure.
Right.
And I feel like when those relationships end in that way, there is a suggestion, whether said or unsaid, that my intentions aren't pure. And I think if I consider you a friend, then I have never done anything to hurt or harm you.
Yeah.
And when the friendship or the relationship ends, it feels like I've done something when I know that I haven't. And you haven't told me anything that I've done, right? So I don't know. I don't know where I stand with that. Like my intentions are always pure, particularly in, situations where I am connected with. Like I want to make sure you're good. Like I want to make sure those who are around me are good. And I think for me, that's where it kind of hits home because
that was one of my recent exits. I don't know what I did to this person. Like I did not do anything to this person. They just decided not to engage. They had something really monumental happen in their life. Something I've been praying with them about. They had something very monumental happen in their life and they didn't share it with me. And like we were talking about other stuff. They didn't share that. And it's something you can't not share. Like it's one of those big things. But I'm being discreet because I don't know if they'll hear and I don't want,
Gotcha.
something huge. Imagine something huge. Imagine like you get married and you don't tell somebody, right? Or something like that. And we were good friends. And whatever happened. I don't know what happened. I still don't know to this day, because this is to your point what you're saying. And they did not share it with me. So when I found out about it, I reached out to them because I'm a communicator. I told y'all, I'm that person that's going to have the conversation. And I said, hey, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. And I did all of that. And I'm wondering why you didn't share this with me, because this was way after. I'm like, wondering why you didn't share this with me. And they were like, oh, let's talk about it. But for me, at that time, I knew as much as I needed to know. Now, y'all can say this is right or wrong. I knew as much as I needed to know. So there's a reciprocity. If I'm sharing with you things in my life and all this sort of thing, and you can't share back, to me, there's a vindictiveness of I'm going to withhold from you because I'm mad at you about something, and I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it is. And so I have not spoken to this person. God has done something amazing in their life, and I'm so happy for them. Like, I'm truly happy for them. Something we've been praying about, so happy for them. And they chose not to share it. And it only leaves me with assumptions, but they did not like another friend that I had. And I think they wanted me to choose. And I'm really clear that I'm not going to choose. I'm really clear about that with them. And so I think they were just like, okay, well, I'll show you, sort of thing. So like I said, when I know my intentions are pure, I don't need any other conversation. I welcome the exit. I welcome you showing me exactly what you need to show me. And now I know where we are. And and it hurts. Yes, it hurts. And I'm okay with it. I've had to just be okay with it.
I got that part. I like that part. I like that. The exit part, the okay with the vindictive. What? Put in words. When someone have things that happen in life that, as a friend, they don't share with you, you mentioned it being very vindictive.
Yeah.
What do you, I just struggle with that. Like, why would you tell me about it?
Right.
Because it happened to me. Like, why wouldn't you let me know?
But you don't know. Like,
I just know.
Yeah, like, if you wanted me to be happy for you, you should have told me.
Right.
But was it okay when you wanted it to happen? I was there with you while you were going through the
That
process
part.
of it.
Going through the darkest moments of your life. That's why I said you showed me what I needed to know.
Right.
When you were in the darkest moments of your life and I was praying with you and I was doing all of that, and then the thing that we have been praying for happens, and you use that to hurt me because I would not, I don't know, I wouldn't choose a friendship or whatever the reason was, because I still don't even really know what the reason was. Then yeah, I don't know how to re-put that back together.
Yeah.
And not even that I don't know how, because it's possible. I've dealt with bigger things than that, and put it back together. But I chose not to.
Gotcha.
And I'm okay with it.
Yeah. After that, yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's a done deal.
Yeah. Shows you what you need to know. So I would say you said a string, like you holding people. I would say don't hold that. Cause that's bondage. That's like entrapment. Imagine holding somebody, right? Holding something.
Right.
Don't want to be if you gotta hold it, that means there's some resistance and some tension. So I feel like let it be. I think that's the best thing for our mental health. Going back to Black mental health conversations, the best thing for our mental health is to accept change, accept transition.
I agree. And with that being stated, that's why I focus a lot on my emotional wealth amongst anything that I do. And I be self-care, self-dates, not trying to worry about what I can't control, because it would really put me in a space of discomfort.
Yeah.
Because I care about people and things, people too much to where it'll make me sick, like physically sick.
Yep.
And I'm the only one going through my illness, but anyway, I'll be here the rest of the year. I'm on that, but yeah, it's a good sandwich that though, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So are we all sensitive? Is that what it is? Do you consider yourself
I don't
sensitive?
know if I consider myself sensitive necessarily. I just don't like breakups.
I don't either.
I don't like breakups. Like I'm not, never have. Like never been a person who has been like, all right, this person's gone. All right, cool. I'm blah, 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 blah. That ain't never been me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's it's just me.
Yeah,
like,
it don't have to be sensitive.
It's just me. Like it's just I don't like breakups. Like in any sense of the word. Like because I feel like we invested time in this. I feel like we had invested. I'm not good with change, transition, and, you know what I mean? Like, none of that. Like, you know, when you work a 9 to 5, you gotta adapt to change. Nah, no, I don't. I want it to stay the same forever. Like, what are you talking about? Why would, if it ain't broke, why are you trying to fix it? It's fine.
I'm on the other side of that. I get that.
Yeah, like.
But I'm like, change it if it ain't working. Right, but I do hate like change me. I'll hate these agile and all this change. I hate all of that. But I am the person to like make a change. If it ain't working, change it.
I like
But I get it. I do get it.
Yeah.
I do get it.
I think for me, as I would say, before we break up, a friendship, anything, just don't ghost me. Just give me the why.
Yeah,
You
don't go.
prefer the
Right.
conversation.
Yeah,
Once
give me
the
the
why
why. Yeah,
has
don't
been
ghost me.
discussed, I'm like, I can see that.
Cool.
Why didn't see that? But okay.
And then be on your way.
That's it.
Just be on your way.
Just don't ghost me.
Yeah,
Don't ghost me and fake friend me.
Yeah.
Don't fake talk to me.
I
I have
completely
to
agree with that.
discernment. I know when it's not authentic. I know you being the I can feel it. I'm not a fake. I'm not a phony. I can't just pretend.
Yeah.
But just don't ghost me. Be like, you know what? I don't like you. When you get your food, you smack whatever. You just mean.
Right.
Well, you know what? Thank you.
They Kendra Lamar.
Right.
I like how you say I don't like the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you dress.
Right. Give me why you don't like me.
I hate the way that you walk.
Yeah. Tell me like, you know what? Thank you. Now
Yeah, I
understand.
get it.
Yeah.
Right. But I think we live in a society that makes it, and I like, and so I get, people have the right to do whatever they want to do.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Like,
Yeah.
but we live in a society that makes it cool to ghost people.
To go swipe
Don't
left,
ghost
swipe right.
But
I don't
yeah,
want.
right, like you said, I'm a communicator. Like, tell me what the issue is, then go about your business.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
So you can accept it after they tell you.
oh yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Just do not ghost. If you ghost me, when a person ghosts me and we have had these intimate conversations about
Right.
things, I feel like you stole from me. I can't stand a thief.
Mm-hmm.
So before you ghost me, you say, you know what? I don't like how you supposed to be ready at 8 o'clock at 8:01. You got late. And you don't. I said, okay, cool. Well, guess what? Your reason's valid. I was late.
Your
So guess
feelings
what?
valid,
Then
all
we
that.
done.
Yep.
Just don't ghost me.
Don't ghost
I like it.
Oh my God! Trying to fake friend me at the end. Like, yeah, we no, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, nothing's wrong. We're fine. It's been busy.
You on TikTok every day.
Right. Friend.
Anyway, I'm getting petty now.
Petty Betty. No, I agree with y'all.
Yeah.
I'm a communicator too. I need to talk. So that means before y'all leave me,
Yes.
y'all gonna talk to me.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna leave me. So
Ain't going
We're not going anywhere. I'm right here.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I feel secure.
Good.
Hug myself.
Yeah.
All right, so we're, at the end of the day, relationships are dope.
They're very dope.
Sure.
They're good, they're
Healthy
bad,
relationships
they're
are dope.
Yes.
I think healthy relationships.
healthy
Yes.
relationships are dope when we learn something from it and we grow from it. So I forgot to do this, so you're gonna have to edit this. What was it? Share, like, subscribe.
Yeah. Click the link below. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot how I was gonna say that. But okay, so Black Mental Health Conversations, we're gonna be back often, weekly or something.
Soon.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna ghost you.
We're not gonna ghost you. We would never ghost you.
No.
But stay connected with us through liking, share with a friend, and subscribe. This is the perfect episode to share with a friend that you need to have a conversation with. So go ahead and share this, or with a boo thing, your work bae, whoever, right? Share it with them.
Get to the DM.
Get into, well, you know, yeah. Be safe out here, because somebody wife will beat you up.
Don't send it on Teams. Like, do not send this on Teams. This is not. Don't do that. Send it directly to the DM.
Not that.
This is that personal email stuff. I got that work
And then
email.
you better get WhatsApp or something.
Right.
So like, share, and then subscribe so you can get all the notifications when we have a new episode. We're also going to do some lives. Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be
We'll
cool.
do some lives.
Yes.
Get some question and answer going, so y'all can tell us what you want us to talk about, what y'all want to talk about with us. what we're gonna move forward in doing is inviting some cousins over to the house, right? We got a few cousins who want to come share with us on their expertise around mental health. So we're gonna have a good time. Like, share, and subscribe so you're here for it. All right.
Definitely.
We love y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Bring it in, cousins.